So how can we take a look at relations of functions in graph form? If you wanted to, you could literally take a look at the dots and grab the coordinates from each dot. So I'm going to do that real quickly here with each one. It's a little bit time consuming. It's kind of boring. So I don't recommend doing this way. And then once you have the coordinates, you can sit there and go, well, do all of my inputs have one output? And right here you can see that it doesn't. So it's not a function. It's just a relation. So you can still do it that way, but again, it takes up too much time. So what I would recommend is that we do something called a vertical line test. You take out your pencil and you make sure that it's parallel to the y-axis right here, the y-axis, okay? And what you're going to do is you're going to be waving it across your paper like this, just like this, okay? And when you get to a dot, just stop and see how many dots you're hitting. Now, remember, this pencil's got to be vertically up and down, just like your y-axis, and you ask yourself, how many dots am I hitting? If you hit 2 dots, that means it's not a function. And here's how this test works. You'll see that these 2 highlighted dots match up to these 2 coordinates right here. Both of them have an input at -3, and you'll see right here that the front of your pencil is right there at -3. Okay, so when you see 2 of them vertically aligned like that, that means that -3 has 2 different outputs, +2 and +4. And when you hit 2 dots with your pencil or more, that means it's not a function, it's just a relation. So let's take a look at another one right here. Here's your pencil, you'd be waving it across, and you kind of pause when you get to each dot, and you see I only hit 1 dot here, so I would go on. Only hit 1 dot here, I would go on. Only hit 1 here, only hit 1 there. We went through the entire graph and we only hit 1 dot each time. So we would say that is a function because every input has 1 output. Now for the lines right here, this causes some problems for folks. Usually because they're looking for the dots. So if you have to, put in some dots on the line. I'm not saying you have to, but sometimes it helps you see. So when you bring that pencil across, it only hits 1 dot there. And again, and again, it's only hitting 1 dot at a time. So this line is going to pass the vertical line test. That means that yes, it's a function. What about this one right here? This messes up a lot of people too. You can put in some extra dots too if you need to. So it's only hitting that 1 dot right there. It's getting close to this one, but it stops right here because it's like, hey, I'm only hitting 1. And when you get to this one, it's still not there. The one that it hits before, it's underneath it. We don't care. We're always looking at the front end of the pencil. And that's what's happening there. So you can see that this would be passing. It would be a function. And then we get this situation. You can put in some more dots here if you need to. But this dot is okay. But any other situation, right here and right here, it's hitting 2 dots. So it's not a function. Or you could look at the same thing happening right here. 2 dots, not a function. And it just goes right on down the line. Okay.